Hey, what's up? Mark Haynes doing stuff. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the view and the video. Today's topic, I can't avoid this one any longer. I've had this suggested to me from several people. We all know that my videos about pecs and chest flexing, that kind of thing, are probably my most popular videos on here. So I've had people tell me they want to be able to do that. They want to learn how you can do the pec flexing, pec bouncing like that. So I've been asked to make a tutorial by several people. Thank you all for your suggestions. Here it is, Mark Haynes Doing Stuff's chest bouncing tutorial.
Mark Haynes is the sexiest man alive.
I agree.
Okay, so listen, if this was completely easy, everybody would be able to do it. So I understand that a lot of people don't know how to do it. So don't expect to get it on the first try. You know, as with everything, it takes practice. It takes a lot of concentration, a lot of things like that. The first thing I need to talk to you guys about is called the mind-muscle connection. Now, when you're in the gym, I could do a whole video just on this topic, but when you're working out, okay, I'd say half of it is mental and the other half is physical. We all know about mind over matters, like lifting the weights, just how powerful the brain is, like when you're working out, how you can psych yourself out into failing at a set or into completing one. It's all in your mind state. So when you're working a muscle, when you're flexing a muscle, you want to be thinking about that muscle. You want to be in tune with the muscle, like when you think about your pecs, and you can make them bounce and you can alternate them like that. That is all to do with your brain's connection to the muscle and firing the neurons or whatever it's called to make your muscle fire like that. But I do have tips on how you can work on this. Okay, so first let's think about what motion causes the chest to flex. Okay, the pectoralis muscles are the muscles that move your arms across the body like this. Okay, so what we want to think about is how we can mimic that movement to making the muscle flex and relax. Okay, so maybe you want to envision, that you're hugging a tree, that type of thing. And when you do this though, you want to actually like flex and you have to envision it that you're using this muscle. You don't want to just be up there getting your arms like just moving the arms. You want to be contracting as you move the arms so that chest muscle flexes through the movement. And that's how the same thing we're doing when we're training our chest. The muscle needs to be contracting through the movement and holding that contraction at this peak. So what I like to do is, and maybe I won't have my arms out here, but I'll have them down a little bit farther. And this is what makes the chest flex. You push these two arms, the two hands together like this, and roll the shoulders forward as if you're rolling your hands across, your arms across the body. Okay, you make a motion like this, and you feel that contraction in your chest. Feel it. So I can be standing here, flexing the chest and relax, flex and relax. That's the feeling you want to get there. You want to feel the muscle get tight as you flex it. Like act like you want to push your hands, clasp them, and like you want to push them through. This hand push through that one. So push them against each other. That's what gets that muscle to tense there. Okay? So once you get that feeling down, and just practice this like several times a day, you just want to feel what the chest feels like when it flexes. All right? So after you've done that, that's the first step I would do, is do that several times a day. And that'll work on your brain and your connection to the chest muscle and how it flexes. So then, as you keep practicing that, practice gradually, flexing and then letting it go. Flexing and then relax. Flex and relax. Okay? And then eventually, you'll have that connection. You'll be able to not have to use your hands to clasp them together. And you can have your arms down at the sides and just be able to mimic that same motion, because your mind knows what it's supposed to feel like when you're flexing that chest. So without having to flex anything else, you can just focus on the pecs coming together. And at first, maybe you can move your arms until you get like the feeling down, and then eventually you'll be able to alternate it. You just want to focus solely on one at a time when you're doing this. It's all in your head, but you want to be remembering that feeling that you had when you were training, when you were flexing, when you were at the gym doing the bench press or the cable, the flies, or the dumbbell flies. You want to mimic that same feeling as if you had weights in your hand, but just without it. Because when we're working out with the weights, that weight is in your hand, but you want to envision that it's like your arms are just like things that connect your pec to that muscle, like so that you're not using the arm muscle when you're lifting the weight for your pec. You want to be using your chest when you do that. So the weights are in your hands, but your hands and your arms are just kind of like hooks that attach to your pec muscle, so that the pec muscle can contract, if that makes any sense. Okay, so hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Also, I feel like I need to mention, if you're trying to bounce your chest, and I'm not trying to sound mean or anything, but you actually have to have like some muscle there to be able to bounce it. So that's why the first thing you need to do is be going to the gym, building up that muscle there, and doing these exercises so that you can have a muscle there. Because if you don't really have much there to flex, you're not going to be able to get that pec bounce that you're looking for and do those things you're looking to do with your chest, like to get it going. So you want to make sure, and following this channel is a good way to learn, some exercises, because I have a lot of material on here that can help you learn how to build different muscle groups, and I'm constantly uploading videos of my workouts to show you things like that. So yeah, having the muscle there in the first place is a big thing. And but even if you just have like a little smaller chest, you should be able to get that muscle control of it. So my biggest takeaway from this is it's all about controlling the muscle. It's all about the mind-muscle connection. So, when you're at the gym, this is a good takeaway. When you're at the gym working out, you want to be controlling the weight and not just heaving things around, throwing weight around just to get it, one place to another. You want to be making sure that your muscles are contracting, and that is going to help you learn how to move the chest, make it bounce, alternate your pecs, all kinds of movements like that. So I hope that this video has been informative to you and will help you out. I know it's hard. It's kind of hard to explain because it's a difficult thing to do, and a lot of it is tough to explain because it's a lot of mental game on how to do that. But I hope that I have done a good job of explaining it to you. If you've learned something, make sure you hit that like button for the video. Subscribe to my channel. You want to see more videos like this, let me know. And let me know what you think in the comments. Also, you can ask me any questions. I'll answer all your questions in a video for you. So thanks, and everybody have a good week.